Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're here to take complex topics, sift through the sources, and give you the key takeaways fast.
Today, we're tackling a real classic, that iconic image, animals rising up, dreaming of a better world.
Animal Farm. George Orwell's satire. We're not just revisiting the story you might know.
No, we're digging into its surprising backstory, the fight Orwell had to even get it published, and what he really wanted us to understand about power and truth.
Ideas that honestly feel incredibly relevant right now, just as much as in 1945.
Definitely. And we'll be drawing from the novel, of course, but also, really importantly, from Orwell's own prefaces. They give amazing insight into his thinking and the hurdles he faced.
Okay, so let's set the scene. Manor Farm, it's bleak for the animals, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely bleak. Orwell paints this picture of lives that are just miserable, laborious, and short, constantly working, barely fed.
And ultimately ending up at the knackers. Under Mr. Jones, it's just exploitation. Pure and simple.
It's that grinding despair that really makes Old Major's speech resonate. He's this wise old bore, and he doesn't just say rebel.
Right, he gives them a whole philosophy.
Exactly. He points the finger squarely at man as the only real enemy, and then he gives them that powerful ideal, all animals are equal.
But he also warns them specifically, doesn't he? Don't become like the humans.
Virtually, yes. No houses, no beds, no clothes, no alcohol, no money. And the big ones. No animal tyrannizing another, no animal killing another. He laid out clear boundaries.
So, Major dies, but the idea catches fire. The pigs, Snowball, Napoleon, Squealer, they're seen as the clever ones.
They take Major's ideas and shape them into, well, a system. Animalism.
And that leads to the 7 Commandments, painted up on the barn wall, the supposed unalterable law.
Let's quickly run through them, because they're the heart of the initial revolution.
Okay. 1, whatever goes upon 2 legs is an enemy.
2, whatever goes upon 4 legs, or has wings, is a friend.
3, no animal shall wear clothes.
4, no animal shall sleep in a bed.
5, no animal shall drink alcohol.
6, no animal shall kill any other animal.
And the big one, 7, all animals are equal.
Seems pretty clear, right? A blueprint for this new society.
Yeah, but while this ideal is being established on the farm, Orwell himself is hitting, a brick wall, trying to get the story about the farm published.
That parallel is just fascinating, isn't it? The struggle to publish Animal Farm mirrors the book's themes perfectly.
He came up with the idea way back in 1937, apparently.
But only wrote it down in 1943, and then rejection after rejection.
4 publishers said no. 4. Can you believe it?
And 1, after initially saying yes, actually went to the Ministry of Information.
The government. Wow.
Yeah. And the ministry basically told them, don't publish this.
Why? What was the reasoning?
Well, the publisher's letter back to Orwell is quite revealing. It said the ministry felt the book was too obvious an allegory for the Russian Soviets and their leaders.
So too critical of Stalin, essentially, at a time when Russia was an ally against Nazi Germany.
Exactly. They even apparently objected to the pigs being the ruling class, worried it would offend the Russians.
That sounds like straight-up political censorship.
Well, yes and no. Orwell's point was actually more nuanced and maybe more worrying. He called it intellectual cowardice.
What did he mean by that? Not direct government order, but something softer.
He felt the main danger wasn't the government banning things outright. It was editors and publishers being afraid. Not of prosecution, he said, but of public opinion.
Ah, so kind of self-censorship.
Precisely. An orthodoxy had set in where you were just expected to admire Soviet Russia, or at least not criticize it too harshly. Anything else wouldn't do.
He gave examples, didn't he?
Yeah, things like the BBC leaving Trotsky out of a Red Army celebration piece, or a critical biography of Stalin by Trotsky being suppressed in the U.S. with total silence about it in the British press. Mihailovich being smear while Tito was praised.
It's chilling. The idea that uncomfortable facts or viewpoints can just be quietly sidelined.
Without an official ban, just a general tacit agreement. That's what worried Orwell deeply, that ideas could be smothered by conformity, by this fear of going against the grain.
Okay, let's jump back to the farm itself. Post-rebellion, there's this initial, honeymoon period.
Oh, yeah, total euphoria. They kick Jones out, run the farm themselves. The first harvest, they bring it in faster than Jones ever did.
And Boxer, the horse, becomes this symbol of dedication.
I will work harder.
Yeah.
That's his mantra. Pure belief in the cause.
But almost immediately, you see these little subtle shifts, things that make you go,
The pigs, for instance. They're supervising, directing, not actually doing the physical labor.
And then the milk vanishes.
Right after the milking. And soon after, the windfall apples, too. Reserved exclusively for the pigs.
And Squealer, the propaganda master, is right there to smooth it over.
His first big spin job. Pigs are brain workers, he says. Their health is crucial. If they fail, Jones comes back. It's clever manipulation playing on their fear.
It's so early, but the inequality is already creeping in. And then there's that moment, Chapter 3, Napoleon takes the puppies.
Jessie and Bluebell's pups, 9 of them, says he'll educate them, takes them up to a loft, and they basically disappear from public view.
This seems almost minor at the time, maybe. But looking back,
It's possibly his most crucial move. Quietly building his private army, his enforcers, out of sight, out of mind until he needs them. It shows how tyranny often starts subtly.
then the humans tried to take the farm back. The Battle of the Cowshed.
Jones and men from other farms, they spread these wild stories. First, cannibalism, torture.
Propaganda from the other side.
Right. But the animals fight like heroes. Snowball leads the charge. Boxer is incredibly brave. They drive the humans off again. A real victory.
But even victory, you see the different attitudes. Boxer is horrified, thinking he might have killed a stable boy.
Genuine compassion there. But Snowball, he's just pragmatic, almost cold. War is war. The only good human being is a dead one. A sign of hardening attitudes, perhaps.
As things move into winter, another departure happens. Molly, the mare who loved ribbons and sugar.
Molly, she represents a different kind of challenge to the revolution, doesn't she? Personal vanity, desire for comfort.
Clover sees her talking to a human from Foxwood Farm, letting him stroke her nose. She even finds sugar and ribbons hidden in Molly's stall.
Ribbons, the very symbol of slavery Snowball had condemned. Molly denies it, but she looks guilty, and then she's just gone.
Seen pulling a cart for a human, looking quite content with her ribbons. She chose comfort over the cause.
Her exit sort of clears the stage for the real power struggle, the big one. The windmill.
Between Snowball and Napoleon, total opposites in their vision for the farm.
Snowball is the visionary, the intellectual. He draws up these complex plans for a windmill. It'll provide electricity, he says, heat, light, machines to do the work.
A 3-day work week, that was the promise.
A future of ease and progress. Napoleon, he basically scoffs at it, says they need to focus on food now. Famously, he urinates on Snowball's plans.
Classy. A very literal dismissal of the idea.
It splits the farm completely. Vote for Snowball and a 3-day week versus vote for Napoleon and the full manger.
And then, the Sunday meeting, where it's meant to be decided, it turns violent.
Snowball's giving this passionate speech, clearly winning the animals over. Napoleon makes this strange sound, a high-pitched whimper.
And then the dogs appear.
Those 9 puppies, now fully grown, terrifying dogs, they burst in, go straight for Snowball, and chase him right off the farm. He's gone. Just like that.
A coup, a literal coup.
Absolutely. And Napoleon immediately takes charge. No more Sunday meetings, he declares. All decisions made by a pig committee, led by him, in private.
Power consolidated, swiftly and brutally.
And Squealer is immediately deployed to manage the narrative.
Of course he is. What's the first spin?
Snowball was a criminal. That's the initial line. Soon, Squealer's even questioning Snowball's bravery at the Battle of the Cowshed. Loyalty and obedience, Squealer insists, are the real virtues now.
And Boxer. Poor Boxer.
He buys it, adds a new motto to his repertoire. Napoleon is always right. Alongside, I will work harder. It's heartbreaking, really. The manipulation is working.
This is where that theme of rewriting history just slams home, isn't it? The windmill.
Oh, the windmill twist is audacious. Napoleon, who violently opposed it, suddenly announces they are going to build it after all.
But how does he explain that?
Squealer explains it was Napoleon's idea all along. Snowball had stolen the plans. Getting rid of Snowball was just a necessary tactic to deal with a dangerous influence.
Wow. Just, wow. Controlling the past to justify the present.
It links directly back to what Orwell was saying about his publishing struggles, doesn't it? How inconvenient facts get buried or twisted to fit the dominant narrative, the orthodoxy. Whether it's Soviet Russia or Animal Farm, the mechanism is the same.
And right alongside rewriting history comes rewriting the rules. Literally.
The commandments start to change. The pigs move into the farmhouse. They start sleeping in beds.
And Clover is sure she remembers a rule against beds.
She asks Muriel, the goat who can read a bit, to check the commandments on the wall. And Muriel reads out the 4th commandment.
No animal shall sleep in a bed with sheets. The last 2 words somehow added.
And Squealer has the explanation ready. A bed is just a place to sleep, perfectly fine. It's sheets, a human invention that are banned. And the pigs need their rest, naturally. Brain work, you know.
Always the brain work excuse.
Okay.
And always ending with,
Surely none of you wishes to see Jones back. The ultimate threat to shut down any questioning. It's insidious, this gradual erosion of truth.
and things only get darker from here. The winter is hard, rations are cut.
For everyone except the pigs and the dogs, of course. They seem to be doing just fine.
Napoleon even tries to hide the food shortages from the outside world from Mr. Whymper, the human solicitor they trade with.
Yeah, filling the grain bins mostly with sand, just a layer of grain on top. Pure deception to keep up appearances.
Then comes the first real internal rebellion and its suppression. The hens.
Napoleon demands their eggs for sale. It breaks one of the earliest promises of the revolution. The hens protest, flying up to the rafters and smashing their eggs.
How does Napoleon handle that?
Ruthlessly. Cuts their rations completely. Anyone giving them food will be put to death. 9 hens die officially from coccidiosis, but the implication is starvation.
This is the first time Napoleon's regime kills other animals, isn't it? Since Jones left.
Yes. A grim milestone.
Mm.
The revolution is truly starting to turn on itself.
And after this, the scapegoating of Snowball intensifies.
Everything that goes wrong, broken eggs, blocked drains, lost keys, it's Snowball sneaking back at night, apparently. He becomes this invisible menace, blamed for everything.
Which sets the stage for something even more horrific. The confessions.
Oh, the purge scene. It's terrifying. Napoleon convenes an assembly. The dogs drag out 4 pigs who had questioned Napoleon earlier.
And they confess.
They confess to collaborating with Snowball, plotting against Napoleon, even planning to help Jones. Then other animals start confessing too. Hens, geese, sheep, admitting to sabotage, murder plots, things linked back to Snowball.
It sounds coerced. Forced confessions under terror.
Absolutely. And the dogs immediately tear out their throats. The pile of corpses grows. The other animals are horrified, confused.
Even Boxer is shaken, initially. He remembers Snowball's bravery.
He says Snowball fought bravely at the Battle of the Cowshed. But Squealer isn't there, Napoleon looks sternly, and Boxer just falls back on his mantra. If Comrade Napoleon says it, it must be right.
The spirit is just crushed. Fear and propaganda win.
And right after this bloodbath, Squealer makes another announcement. Beasts of England, the revolutionary anthem.
Is abolished. Banned.
His reasoning. The rebellion is over. The better society they dreamed of has arrived. So the song is irrelevant. It's replaced by a new, much blander song written by Minimus, the poet pig.
Symbolically killing the dream itself.
Completely. And of course another commandment check happens.
The 6th one. No animal shall kill any other animal.
But now, on the wall, no animal shall kill any other animal without cause. Again, subtly altered to justify the purge.
Meanwhile, Napoleon's status just grows and grows.
He becomes almost invisible, except for ceremonies. A black cockerel announces him. He eats alone, uses the fancy dinner service from the house, gets awarded medals he creates himself.
And the titles. Father of all animals, terror of mankind.
Squealer reads poems praising him, tears streaming down his face. It's the full cult of personality. Absolute devotion demanded.
What about the windmill? They finally rebuild it, right?
They do. Agonizing work. Then Napoleon gets into tricky negotiations to sell timber to one of the neighboring farmers, Pilkington or Frederick. He plays them off each other.
Tricks Frederick eventually,
Mm-hmm.
right? But gets paid in.
Forged banknotes. Frederick gets the timber for nothing and then attacks the farm again, this time with guns, and they blow up the newly finished windmill.
Devastating. All that work, gone again.
Utterly. But Squealer, amidst the carnage, declares it a great victory because they drove the humans off again.
Boxer, wounded, just says, then we have won back what we had before. Such a weary, insightful comment.
He really cuts through the propaganda, doesn't it? And Napoleon gives himself another medal, the Order of the Green Banner.
And after all that, the pigs discover a case of whiskey in the farmhouse cellar.
Uh-huh. Leading to drunken singing and then terrible hangovers, which naturally requires another commandment change.
Let me guess, number 5.
Oh.
No animal shall drink alcohol.
Becomes, no animal shall drink alcohol to excess. Squealer is seen late one night near the barn wall with a ladder and paint. Benjamin the donkey finally seems to understand what's happening, but says nothing.
The rules just bend to fit whatever the pigs want.
Yeah.
No principle is sacred.
None at all. And as years go by, memories fade. Fewer animals remember the rebellion itself.
The promise of retirement, green pastures for old age.
Forgotten. Abandoned. The pigs and dogs consume more. The other animals work harder. Rations seem tighter. The pigs start carrying whips.
And they gain weight. They start walking on two legs.
That's the truly shocking moment for the other animals. Seeing Squealer, then other pigs, walking upright across the yard.
And the sheep, who were taught 4 legs good, 2 legs bad.
Squealer had taken them aside for a week. Now they bleat. On cue. 4 legs good, 2 legs better. Over and over.
The ultimate betrayal of the original principle.
And then Clover and Benjamin go to the barn wall one last time. All the 7 commandments are gone.
Replaced by just one.
One single commandment. All animals are equal, but some animals are more equal than others.
Chilling. The absolute perversion of the revolution's core ideal.
It perfectly justifies the pig's total dominance and privilege.
And the final scene drives it home. The pigs hosting a dinner party for the human farmers.
The humans are impressed. Pilkington toasts Napoleon, admiring the discipline, the low rations, the long hours the animals work. He even makes a joke comparing the lower animals to the lower classes.
Acknowledging the shared interest in keeping their respective lower orders down.
Exactly. And Napoleon announces the farm is going back to its original name, the Manor Farm. All symbols of rebellion erased.
And the animals outside, looking through the window.
They look from pig to man, man to pig, and suddenly they can't tell the difference. The faces are the same.
The cycle is complete. The new boss is indistinguishable from the old boss. Revolution betrayed utterly.
And this is where Orwell's warning in the preface about the gramophone mind really hits home.
What did he mean by that exactly? The gramophone mind.
He saw this tendency, even among intellectuals, to just swap one set of approved opinions for another, like changing a record on a gramophone, playing the currently fashionable tune without real critical thought. You just accept the new orthodoxy.
Instead of thinking for yourself.
Precisely. He argued that intellectual freedom, the willingness to question and think critically, even against the prevailing current, was essential to Western culture. He feared people were becoming afraid of that freedom, willing to just accept the narrative handed down.
So looking at this whole journey from the dream of equality to some animals are more equal than others, and knowing Orwell's own fight against that intellectual cowardice, it leaves you with a pretty stark question, doesn't it?
It really does.
What responsibility do you listening, have to question the stories we're told, to challenge power, to defend that intellectual liberty Orwell prized so much, especially when it feels easier to just go along?
Because Animal Farm isn't just history or just about animals. It's a lasting warning about how easily truth can be twisted, how power corrupts, and how crucial it is to stay vigilant against accepting that chilling idea that some are inherently more equal than others.